Welcome back. This time, instead of a flashlight, the rest of my stories will be told by candlelight. So, only 2 more days, and now 1 day left for Halloween. There we go. Now that's how you start a real story with candlelight. So now I'll be able to tell you the next story. The biggest thriller of the summer all starts like 1 year ago. 4 friends, Charles, Mark, Thomas, and Timothy, decided that they would be able to form their OTA name up in the city of Savannah. They would have been known as wrestling fans, and now they're ready to prove themselves worthy of the OTA name to be on top of the wrestling books. When they were forced to go in competition against the WWE, only one man stood for the rest of the company to shut them down, for the WWE to still go on top. But for OTA, has been wrestling shows, attending wrestling events, and meeting the stars themselves. And soon, they managed to build themselves a studio arena in downtown Savannah, near next to the Savannah Civic Center or somewhere close by. For years, OTA has been putting up shows for the audience with their funny antics, questionnaires, and a whole lot of goodness. Until one day, the team decided to leave the show. And left Charles alone. He was going to give up OTA until he decided to host his very own show for the first time of his life since doing solo special. He decided to give it all that he's got for the people of Savannah and for fans worldwide. And not to mention, the one man got enough to defend for the WWE, John Bradshaw Layfield. He was, after his loss against Rey Mysterio, he took upon himself to be in the commentary during SmackDown with Michael Cole. And now he has vowed for the demise of OTA through his own hands. If nobody or anyone tries to step in to assist him, he will do anything in his power, and also create a rivalry with Charles that will be the biggest rivalry for wrestling tyranny. But Charles fought through for the loss of his brothers, for loss of a friend and the brothers, and decided that he wouldn't give up. He would take over OTA on his own. And there, he will become an even bigger star than he ever was. And so he trained himself well and ready to be part of the show of the century and also the fight as well. Until one day, during one of his shows, in the audience, a woman, if possibly a woman, well, hold on to that, a figure in a cloak was watching the show and also holds in her hands a tarot cards. And the show was over. Well, the show was over for her. She saw something in him that she had never seen. She was on a quest to find someone who is capable of facing what's to come. There, the woman found a tomb or a coffin that berries of legendary vampire. I wouldn't say legendary because this vampire revealed as Kevin Thorne used the person revealed itself. It was a woman, as I said before, when I went too far. A woman who calls herself Ariel placed the tarot card to summon the vampire. The vampire has been asleep for a few years and now has been risen and is ready to slay upon the living for its blood. But for Ariel, she was his first victim. Ariel tried to escape his grasp, and then all of a sudden, Kevin impaled her and peeled off her blood and decided to fuse his vampire blood inside of her through her mouth. Splits the blood, spits out blood from his mouth into hers. And Ariel was beginning to change. She is now a part of him. She is a vampire. But she does have traits of her predictions. And now together with Kevin Thorne, they will seek out this fabled one and ready to strike. And so, once again, Charles was ready. He was ready to prove to Savannah, prove to the world that he can conquer OTA with Iron Fist. He will reach to the fans, reach to the world, and then reach to his nemesis, JBL. Which, even though